Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at crackedfemalecode.com. Alright, so I'm going to jump right into it. I just saw a video of a beautiful, beautiful lady. She might even be Italian, maybe Spanish. She's just a beautiful lady. She looks like Catherine Zeta-Jones when she was younger. She's a really gorgeous lady. And she's a doctor, she's a psychologist, and what she specializes in is marriage counseling. Now, she's talking about what predicts divorce, and she says it's within 80% accuracy. Now, here's what she does. She tells you what causes it and, what not to do, but she never gives you an answer on how to fix it. So then early on she says that turning away from each other's emotional needs is what causes a divorce. So here's the deal. She literally doesn't know what's going on. She's throwing a bunch of what we call an NLP. It's called super fluff. It's so vague, it's so abstract, and on top of it, there's no answers. But she's going to charge you $2,500 for you and also another $2,500 for your wife to take her seminar, and you're only going to walk out getting divorced anyways. She's beautiful, guys. She has a top-notch doctorate degree. She's looks great. She's got the plaque on the wall. She doesn't know what she's talking about, but she's beautiful. The reason why I say it like that is because we as a society, that's what we've been doing, whether it's a man or a woman, is like, oh, you got a plaque on the wall, you're from Harvard. Guys, I'm going to tell you something real quick before I get into what this video is about. I've already started, but I'm going to cut to the chase of what to do. I had a client who had his doctorate degree from Harvard. He was a marriage family counselor. This is what he did. He had his doctorate degree in psychology. We didn't even finish the course. It was 3 days into the training, and he just looked at me and goes, holy shit. And I'd been dying to say this to him. I go, now you're realizing you literally don't know what you're doing, and that's why all those people coming to you have been getting divorced, and now you're seeing what you were missing. And he looked at me and goes, I hate to admit it, because you're right. He goes, I had no clue that I didn't know. But he read a lot of books. He went to college. He spent all this money, got a doctorate degree from Harvard. And he's openly admitting, he goes, you're right. He goes, more than 50% of people that come to me in less than 2 years, they get divorced. Alright, so I already made a video about this, and let me see if it came out today. So this is going to come out probably 10 days later. So I'll put that video in at the very end of this so you can click on the image of it, okay? One of the things that I like to do is I like to work with clients who have been through the ringer. They've been married once or twice. They're probably about 40, 45, 50 years old. They've been divorced 2 or 3 times. They've gone to all the seminars. They've taken courses at college, read all the books on relationship coaching and dating. They've hired. And then they come to me and they're like, well, how come these people don't teach us? I'm like, they are not aware of what this is. And even if they were, they wouldn't know how to teach it to the male brain. That is my own secret recipe. This stuff, hell, you could read it in a book and it'll go right over your head. You won't understand it. There's a very specific way to teach this to the male brain to where his brain suddenly click work, and all of a sudden he gets it. Kind of on a vengeance tour here because I'm actually really excited where my business is at right now. By the way, I want to thank you guys for subscribing. This channel has been kicking ass. It's going, I would say, twice as fast as my other channel, which I had since 2009. Okay, so here's what's going on. So one of the things she says is when the husband, let's say the husband comes home from work, he walks in the door, and the wife tries to start a conversation with him. So she talks about how they will argue or fight, or he'll just walk through the room or whatever. And she says that turning away from each other's emotional needs is grounds for divorce down the road, okay? So here's the deal that she doesn't know. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to know more than this woman with her doctorate degree. I don't know what college, but she specializes in marriage and family counseling. She has a doctorate degree in psychology. You will know more than her after you take my course on understanding relationships, and you'll actually be able to help your friends save their marriages. So here's the deal. When a man comes home from work, he's tired. He's exhausted. He's like, oh, fuck. But here's the deal. When a woman sees you, she's completely blind and oblivious, not because she's a bad person or did anything wrong, but the female brain and her system, the way it's designed, she cannot understand where you're at emotionally. The way she understands where a human's at emotionally is different than the way a man does. So here's how men do it. Our visual cortex, which is in the back of the brain, is so much larger, and it was designed because of literally tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of years of fighting and war and also hunting, is we have developed such a highly developed visual cortex that we can look at a guy and get 1,000 bits of information. In fact, that's where that phrase comes from. A picture says 1,000 words. That's a male phrase. So when we look at people, we get all this information unconsciously, and we have an unconscious feeling of, oh, that's how they feel right now. And that lets you know whether you can joke around with them, piss them off, fuck with them. You got to be calm because they're kind of in a bad mood, they're scared, they're anxiety. So women don't have this ability. So, for example, when we were hunting all those years in the caveman era and the tribal days, we couldn't go, hey, Jim, the deer's over there. Well, the deer's going to hear you and it's going to fucking run, and you're going to go home empty-handed, and the family starves. Okay? So we had to develop over thousands and thousands and thousands of years this visual cortex. It's much larger than the females, by the way. It's in the same place in the back of the brain. But we had to develop to where we could look at our buddy and just see his body language and go, oh shit, there's a deer over there, without him even looking at us. And then when he looks at you, he might make one gesture and point. And we know whether he's pointing 10 yards, 40, 50, or 100 yards, or 300 meters. We can tell just by the look and the glance and the point. It's like 3,000 or 30,000 bits of, or 3,000 bits of information. It's literally like having not only paragraphs of communication, but an entire chapter of communication simply by a look, a gesture, and a nod. This was also developed during war. Again, you could say, hey, Jim, the enemy's 100 yards in front of you. Well, boom, enemy hears you, aims at you, and freaking shoots you and kills you. So we had to develop a visual body language in order to communicate just like we were talking. In fact, in the military, I was Army Airborne, 101st Screaming Eagles. We literally had to learn little hand signals and stuff to be able to communicate to each other so we didn't give our position away, so we didn't get shot. So over thousands and thousands of years, we've developed our visual cortex in a much larger way, and we developed an unspoken, unconscious visual body language communication system that women don't know. They don't have either one of these. So if there's 5 guys on the couch, when Jim comes home, we all look at him and he gives us a look, maybe a nod, or something like that. We can tell if he's happy, he's pissed, he's in a good mood, but he's fucking tired, he needs to go to bed, or he's fucking hungry right now, he needs food right fucking now. Women can't tell that. Now here's the deal you have to understand. Women have gotten knocked around by cavemen. Literally, the caveman, when he gets pissed, he fucking blasts her right in the fucking teeth. Hell, this was going on in Europe and America back in the 50s and maybe even the 60s until the laws really cracked down. So here's my point. Women have learned over the thousands and thousands of years, I need to make sure he's in a good mood before I even ask him a question. Because if I ask the wrong question, or if I tickle him or giggle or do something and he's not in the right mood, he's likely to kick my fucking ass. So guys, please try to see it from her perspective too. The way women developed communication was they were picking berries, cleaning the tables, picking shit up, moving shit. It was a boring fucking life. Where men, we were out there on the hunt every fucking day, hunted down the elk and hunting down the freaking whatever, right? The deer and maybe the saber-toothed tiger, whatever they ate back then. But it was an adrenaline rush, and it was dangerous, and we had to really focus. So we had to develop a bunch of different tools and unconscious skills that women don't have. Well, here's how women develop communication. They were picking berries one day, and they were fucking bored to fucking tears. So they developed the right brain's communication center. So the female's right brain's communication center is much, much larger than the male's. So the thing about it is as intricate and detailed we are with 1,000 bits of information from a picture, from an image, from a one movement from a guy, women have to fill that in with words. What do I mean? It's, imagine a blank canvas. There's nothing on there. She can't see shit but a white blank canvas that an artist is about to paint on. You literally have to describe things in detail, explain the pain, the happiness, the joy, what happened. You literally have to explain things in detail like you're literally writing a paragraphs or a chapter in a book. You have to use that many words. So men look at another guy, we're 90% sure he feels good, but all we have to do is ask him one question. Hey man, how you doing? And he goes, hey, I'm in a pretty good mood. Boom. That confirms what we feel inside. It matches, so, oh, he's in a good mood. Or he might go, oh, I'm okay. Oh, he's kind of pissed off. Yeah, he's in a bad mood. Don't fuck with him right now. A woman can't do that. Oh, by the way, if you don't know who this guy is, that's me on the left. That's Neil Strauss, the guy with the beard. He wrote the book The Game, probably the most popular, or I think the most bought book in the pickup artist community. He also wrote for Rolling Stones in the 80s and 90s, etc., before he got into the pickup artist community. So back to this beautiful lady psychologist. By the way, I like her very much because she speaks very positively on the new men's movement in support of men. So I'm not really knocking her. All I'm doing though is I'm knocking the very typical, therapist and seminar where you go to these seminars and it sounds great, but it doesn't fucking work because it's like, well, they didn't really teach you anything. Watch what I'm about to teach you right here. Honestly, guys, those old seminars, not even old, the current ones right now, you ever heard the phrase, the blind leading the blind? They're the blind leading the blind. They really believe in what they're teaching. They really love what they teach. But they all say, well, some people get it and some people don't. There's no real, dude, I'm telling you, everyone who takes my course that wants to learn, that literally practices it, and not the guys who come up with this negative attitude. 1 out of 10 guys will get this just unbelievable. I don't believe that. I don't think that's true. I'm like, oh, really? Where'd you specialize in your training? What do you mean? Where'd you get your doctorate degree? I don't have a doctorate degree. Where'd you study psychology? Oh, I didn't study psychology. Well, then maybe shut the fuck up and listen. So here's the problem. So she's talking about when, those moments in time, say when the husband comes home from work, when you have time to talk. Well, here's the deal. This is what I know you guys are going to be like, yep, that's true. When the average man comes home from work after he's been married for 2, 3, 4 years, his number one goal, the person that I refer as my former football coach, the number one goal, and I've heard this from other men that I've coached and worked with over the last 25, 30 years, they say the same thing, like, yeah, when I come home from work, my number one goal is to get past that first conversation because that is a killer. I know if I can walk in, say hello, nice seeing you, gotta go to the bathroom, what's for dinner? It's like you guys are like trying to change the conversation from, well, how was your day, honey? Because that's a killer. That is a goddamn killer. And every guy knows it. But it's because we misunderstand communication. We don't communicate and we can't understand each other in the same way. So perfect example is my football coach. His wife, he comes home, he walks in the door, and his wife is like, well, how was your day, honey? And I remember, I just looked up, because you could tell by her voice she was walking on fucking eggshells. And he literally physically was walking in nice and, literally almost like, those movies where the ghosts have their hands up like they're sneaking around. Like he's just barely touching the floor. Oh, it was good. It was fine. It was okay. She goes, oh, okay. And there was fucking tension. Oh my God. And then about 5 minutes later, because she was just staring at him, he went to the bathroom, washed his hands. He comes out. Dinner smells good, honey. Like you could still tell they're trying to get past this first fucking how was your day fucking thing. And most men don't understand. Why do women always ask that damn question? I'm going to give you the why right now. The reason why women ask that question, as I said a couple minutes ago, is they can't understand you at all. When you walk in the room, they can't just look at you and go, oh, he's in a pretty good mood. They can't do that. Remember how I said it was a blank canvas and you literally had to paint the canvas with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 bits of word? Like, you pretty much have to write half a chapter to a chapter for her to go, oh, so you're in a pretty good mood today. Oh, okay. Now, right now you're going, but wait a minute, Mike. Hold, whoa, stop, whoa, put on the brakes, Mike. Hold on a second. But Mike, I did. I said I had a good day. I'm in a good mood. It wasn't a great day, but it wasn't a bad day. It was a pretty good day. Things went well. And you're going to say, so what do you mean she doesn't understand? I'm freaking telling you. She does not understand direct conversation. I had a good day. I'm in a good mood. I feel really good. She's looking at you. Well, why won't you tell me how your day was? And you're like, I just fucking did. What the fuck do you want? And then the battle begins because she's going to wait one more fucking time. She's going to wait. And you can tell she's kind of uptight and like, okay, and she's kind of stiff and she's digging her heels in. And, well, are you going to tell me how your day was? And you're like, God damn it, I just fucking told you how it was. And she goes, what does that mean? And you're like, it doesn't mean a goddamn fucking thing. It was a good day. It wasn't a bad fucking day. Why do you fucking want the fucking details? And I lean into the room and I say, yes, she needs the details. Otherwise, she can't understand you. Women did not develop the visual cortex like men do. So we just assume, well, that's the way she is too. No, she's not. In fact, you don't quite realize that you pick up so much information just by a quick image, a quick glance, a quick body movement, that you understand people and how they feel and the mood they're in. And so you're like, okay, well, if I say this, so-and-so's not going to blow up and kick my fucking ass. But she doesn't know. She's like, well, is he in a good mood? Can I be playful? Can I be funny? Is he going to get pissed off? Is he literally going to fucking smash me in the teeth? Can we just be honest for 1 second here, guys? Admit it. You may not have smashed her in the fucking teeth, but a lot of you have blown your fucking lid, smashed the fucking kitchen table, slammed the door, stormed out, screamed and yelled, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm so sick and tired of your fucking shit. My day was fine. So here's what's going on. If you don't paint the picture, she's just like, well, what the fuck? So I'm going to give you a real life example. It's literally like a painting. Now watch this. So Benev came over one day, and I bought this huge Indian image, which I've explained in the past. And he goes, dude, that is fucking, because it's really brightly colorful. I already just gave it away. Huge picture, brightly colored. I'm already doing it. I can't not do it. I'm going to explain. So Ben goes, man, I'm going to tell my girlfriend that you bought this awesome picture. This is really cool. I'm like, so, like, what are you going to tell her? I'm going to tell her that it's really awesome. It's really cool. And I'm like, oh, my God, how have I failed you? He goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, how is she going to know what the fuck it is? Like, well, I'll tell her it's a picture of an Indian. It's an awesome picture of an awesome Indian. That's really cool. I'm like, really? That's it? He goes, well, yeah. I'm like, do you not remember anything I taught you from the fucking course? I go, dude, she's literally going to look at you like, well, are you going to tell me what it is? And this is a very typical thing that starts an argument between men and women. I go, where are you? He goes, what do you mean? I go, where are you right now? Where are you physically standing? He goes, well, right here in your living room. I go, okay, good. I go, what are you looking at? I go, point at it physically. He goes, well, right there, the picture of the Indian. I go, okay, where's your girlfriend? He goes, well, she's at home. I go, exactly. Is she standing right here, right next to you and me? And is she facing in the same direction, looking at the same picture? He goes, well, no, of course not. I go, exactly. You literally have to tell. I go, for example, is she going to know that it's an Indian, it's going to be about 6.5 feet tall, and it's broken up to 3 pieces, which are about 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet in length, or up top to bottom, and about 3 feet wide. No, actually, it's about, what is that, about 2.5 feet and from top to bottom, about 3 feet wide. He's like, no, of course not. I go, what do you think she's going to assume? I'm like, well, if she had to, it's probably a picture that's about 2 feet by 2 feet. I go, dude, this is way bigger than that. He goes, yeah. I go, is she going to know it's brightly colorful? He goes, well, no, because I didn't tell her. I go, exactly. Is she going to know that it's an Indian chief headdress is on top of the Indian's head? He goes, well, no, of course not. I go, is she going to know that it's a female dressed in a chieftain's headdress and chieftain's costume? He goes, Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, she would never know in a million years that this would be a fucking a woman dressed in a male Indian's chiefess headdress. He goes, I go, yeah. I go, you starting to understand what I'm saying now? I go, dude, she's not fucking here. All right, so sorry for all the cussing, guys, but this is what it takes to get it through the guy's head. And I'm going to tell you something. All we're doing is using adjectives and adverbs. Oh, there you go. You're running away. Fuck this. I don't have nothing to do with that. Because for some reason, the male brain does not want to deal with that. Because adjectives and adverbs are right brain function. We're lazy. We just want to stay on the left brain because it's easier for us. But the problem is, it doesn't attract women. It doesn't turn women on. But believe it or not, adjectives and adverbs literally give what we call women mentally stimulating experiences, which means it's releasing a fucking hormone, a drug into her brain and her body, which is turning her the fuck on. It's literally, guys, I'm just going to say it. Mental stimulation is the same thing as licking her nipples and licking her clit. It turns her the fuck on. You're like, wait, what? That? Yes. The reason why Mother Nature designed a woman to get sexually stimulated through what you and me would think like that's boring conversation is because if a man can open up to his right brain, he's more likely to provide for the family and succeed in life and move up the ladder, whether it's the corporate ladder, the military ladder, or make more and more money. So you literally could be making $1 million a month, and over a period of 6 months, a year, 2 years, she's going to go, man, this guy's so poor, I got to find someone who can provide. And then you're thinking, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, if you don't speak in this mentally stimulating way, her brain thinks, oh, this guy's not going to be able to provide for us. And you're like, I make $1 million a year or a month. It doesn't matter. Her mating system is not in the larger human brain. It's in the lower reptilian brain, which doesn't recognize money, electricity, mansions, $4 million Bugattis. That doesn't register. Sure, her logical brain understands that, but her logical brain is not connected to her mating system. Her emotional right brain is connected to her mating system. We're dealing with a person, a being, whose emotional processor is connected to her instinctual, animalistic processor where there's no thinking going on. So if you do this logical thinking bullshit, you're never going to understand her, and it's not going to work. Alright, so here's what you should do. So when the coach said, what do you want, the fucking details? Yes, you have to give her the details. You have to paint the picture. So as a story I always use, like, okay, imagine you went to work. You're in a good mood, you're on time, you got about 10 minutes extra, so you don't got to rush. You park your car, you walk across the parking lot, you walk across the sidewalk, up the lane, up the cement walkway that goes up to the front door. Now you didn't notice because the construction workers didn't put a warning sign out and didn't put out any cones, so you didn't know they were even there doing construction. You walk in the front door and there's a hole just big enough for your foot to fall into. It's about maybe a foot wide by foot wide. And your foot falls in, it's about a foot deep, maybe a little bit less, and you fall forward and your foot gets stuck, but the rest of your body goes forward and your shin bone snaps and goes out the back of your calf bone and it rips through your calf muscle. It's sticking out and blood is squirting out. So remember, you came home and said, I had a good day. It was a good day at work. I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. So she's looking at you going, what the fuck does that mean? Like, why won't he tell me? Oh, there's something else that's going to blow you away when you don't explain this to her that women think. So you tell her, say, well, I walked in the door, my foot fell in, and I broke my shin bone all the way through the back of my leg and went through my calf and squirting blood. And I'm laying there just screaming bloody fucking murder, going, oh my God. So some people rush over, the construction workers, they pull you out and they can't straighten your leg out, so you're just in agonizing fucking pain. They finally get an ambulance or the paramedics and they shoot you up with morphine and you're feeling good. You go to the hospital, they x-ray it, they do mini surgery, or maybe not mini surgery, but they do surgery on it. They put the bone together, they pin it, and they put a cast on it, and then they give you hydrocodone pain pills, and now you're feeling good. And she goes, oh, so that's why you're feeling good. And you're like, yeah, baby, I feel good. In a million fucking years, when you came home from work and you said, I had a good day, I'm feeling good, or I'm in a good mood, would anyone in a million fucking years think, Oh, well, he broke his fucking shin bone and went through the back of his fucking leg, and because of that, he's feeling good. No, you wouldn't think that unless you broke it down and explained the whole story to where he got shot up with morphine, and then he got a bottle of freaking hydrocodone, or hydrocodone, however you say that, and now he's feeling good. So now you might be thinking, if you're smart, women are actually starting to make sense to me, because you're right. I never tell her what the fuck happened at work and why I'm in a bad mood or why I'm in a good mood. I mean, fuck, she's left with a blank slate. Now watch this. When you don't paint the canvas, when you don't paint the picture and describe it in detail, this is what women think. They think you're fucking hiding something. And then they think, he's lying about something. He's a liar. What's he hiding? What's he hiding from me? Is he cheating on me? Is there a woman at work? Does he go off at lunchtime to fuck some girl somewhere? He's cheating on me. All because you wouldn't paint the damn picture. Remember, a picture says 1,000 words is only for men. Women do not get the 1,000 bits of information / words from the picture. You literally have to describe it and break it down in detail. So what this female psychologist doesn't understand is that when a man comes home from work, he is so used to an argument ensuing immediately after he walks through the fucking door within 10 minutes or less, that all he's trying to do is get past this one question, this one moment. If I can get past, how was your fucking day? Then we can get along. We don't have to fight and scream, and I go to bed all fucking pissed off and can't sleep, and now I'm tired for work the next fucking day. But she doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. I mean, a male psychologist, they don't know this. They don't understand what's going on an unconscious neurological level. That is what Crack the Female Code is all about. So in the next video, I'm going to give you a very more specific than this. Okay, in this video, I essentially just said, yeah, you got to break down the details. In the next video, I'm going to now I actually did it, and I used lots of adjectives and adverbs. But in the next video, I will break it down. I will explain it. It'll be much shorter than this video, and then you'll be like, oh, so that guys, here's the deal. You're going to think, is that going to make a big difference? Holy shit, it's going to make a big difference to her. She's going to look at you and think you're a fucking god. Oh my god, because every husband comes home from work and does the same fucking thing. They're just trying to get past that first question, avoid it. And not only that, but even in a conversation afterwards, men don't use descriptive languaging. And that's what women need. They need you to describe. I'll break that down more in the next video. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, click subscribe. Buy my book, Crack the Female Code, if you want to learn how to do this stuff, okay? The next step after that is take my course, Crack the Female Code. All right. See you in the next video.